been a few weeks since we last got together and marked out live. Been some health issues and stuff. Life's been kind of rough, but here we are at last. James is extreme, that's a fact. Zeus is the god of thunder still, and I'm butchering songs at will. It's the return of the Markout Mania. It's the return of Markout Mania. It's the return of Markout Mania. Live this Saturday morning.
Woo! Oh, no, I like that, Pedro. I like that.
Oh, I guess. Hey, thank you. Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Mark Out Mania.
Yeah.
We've got James the Extreme Sorno. How are you?
I am good. I am good. I am recovering, but I am ready to rock and roll. I am sitting here surviving my 5th heart attack as I watch the worst movie in the history of Hollywood, in Jaws the Revenge. So that's really getting me going. And Ellen Brody cannot dance, nor can Michael Caine. So that's good. I'm doing all right. It's been a tough road. I'm not 100% far from it. I don't know if I ever will be. But I am good enough to bitch and moan about all the happenings in wrestling lately because I actually kind of miss bitching and moaning about it. But anyway, how are you, my friend? It's good to be back, by the way.
It is. I'm just happy you're still with us, and I'm happy to be back. Of course, for no one's listening to us at the moment.
But, I kicked out at 2.
Zeus is not with us at the moment. He will come along a little later, so
he'll
be along a little later. I am surviving. It's been a rough week, but
I am the tiger.
I'm still here, and
just don't Jeff Jarrett anyone with your guitar, okay?
I would not. Well, no, I wouldn't do that to the guitar.
Okay, that's good. I think I need another guitar string.
A lot of stuff has happened since we last were on. I can't remember how many weeks it's been. It's been 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's been about a month, I would say.
Last time we were on, we had Lord Lex with us.
Yep.
I don't remember everything we talked about. Oh, I know. I remember we were watching. I was watching that MLW Azteca on live.
That was absolutely atrocious.
And yeah, the whole that was a lot of fun because the thing about we were saying like you had to test positive for COVID to get into that
show. Now, if you come to our show, you get free hepatitis. Brutal time.
Yeah, a ton of stuff has happened in wrestling. The mighty TK has promised a game-changing announcements and debuts multiple times, and nothing has really changed still.
Keith Lee and Jay White. Okay, yeah. If you're gonna make an announcement like that, then it better be Vince McMahon himself showing up. You know what I'm saying?
We did. So the week that they did that, the rating, they popped a rating, right?
Well, that's what they did it for, yeah.
And then this week, the ratings went down like a lot. It went down like 200,000 or 300,000, and so it was funny.
Yeah.
Funny, like,
because I'd rather be watching curling in the Olympics. Go ahead.
Hey, curling is pretty riveting, actually.
Yeah, it is. That's kind of cool.
I have a whole story about like curling and the wrestling, actually, but I don't know if that's for the air, but so it was funny that the ratings went down a week after that whole deal, and then like yesterday, Tony Khan's like, "Oh, the next week, another game-changing debut thing."
Idiot.
So, I mean, I think it was you, James, who said months ago that they are just like Crash TV at the moment.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's Crash TV, and And what? Everybody's gonna get worked up to see Buddy Murphy? No. Are we gonna get worked up to see Killer Cross? No. It's just no. I mean, you signing all these people and bringing all these people in is great, but you do nothing with them. So it doesn't matter who you bring in. I mean, look what you did with Jay Lethal.
Yeah,
Nothing. Nothing.
you
Zero.
can
Zilch.
go
Nada.
back. You can go back further than that. What are they really doing with Malachi Black?
Well, now he's finally in this storyline. Now, finally, after bringing in Brody King, finally now he's getting into something good.
Mm.
Him and Penta and all this bullshit. So, but
Well,
yeah,
I'll
it took
let
him
you
like a
break that
minute.
down,
Yeah.
but hey, I know you watched NXT this week, right? And since
Yes, I watched Vengeance Day. Yeah.
Zeus isn't here at the moment, and we know how much he loves NXT.
He loves NXT, so.
So let's take this moment to talk about NXT.
Yeah. Well, it's the first. I have to preface this by saying, ever since my heart attack about a month ago, I haven't watched any wrestling. I tried to watch Dynamite, and the only reason why is because I'm going to the pay per view. So I don't want to go there not knowing anything. So it's like forced watching.
Pobrecito.
Yeah, shut up. So I decided to watch NXT. I'm like, come on. I must admit, I was into it. It was a good show. The in-ring work of all the matches were pretty good. Although I must say, I'm not feeling the Creed brothers as the fucking Creed brothers won the Dusty Cup.
No.
So they beat MSK.
Were the Creed brothers those super green
Yes,
redneck looking people?
they're part of Diamond Mine, not the Cowboys,
Oh, okay. I don't know
but the
them.
amateur wrestler type guys.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen them.
Yeah, well, they're part of the Diamond Mine,
Okay.
and they're okay, but they're nothing spectacular. They're mat-based specialists, stuff like that. So the match was, you had MSK, the High Flyers, or like how I like to call it, NXT's version of the Young Bucks, up against the Creed brothers, and it was an okay match. It wasn't spectacular. To me, it was the worst match on the card, and it was okay. It was all right. So that was that.
I mean,
But
we know how much I love MSK.
yeah, so there you go. But the matches were pretty good. I mean, you have to love Cameron Grimes and Carmelo Hayes was awesome.
Oh yeah.
That was a good match, man. I love Carmelo Hayes. He's really good. He's really good. So I thought that was pretty good, Now Dolph Ziggler's making appearances in NXT now because he wants to challenge Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa showed up on Raw. And then on Tuesday on Vengeance, Dolph Ziggler showed up on NXT. So they're going back and forth. Now he wants to win the NXT title.
Oh my God.
Tommaso Ciampa's like, no, you belong with the B players on Raw. I thought that was funny. So it was pretty good. Braun Breaker versus Santo Pablo Escobar. It was pretty good, God damn, Braun Breaker is strong, man. He picked up Santo Escobar like he was a piece of toilet paper. Held him over his head like it was nothing. That was a good match,
Yeah, I want to see
those two match up well together. And then Walter, because I'm sorry, I refuse to call him after U-boat Nazi. I refuse to call him a name after U-boat Nazi captain. Okay? Well, fucking Walter starts saying he wants to shut out NXT title. So Braun Breaker comes out. Now that I like to see. Because I think Braun Breaker could take everything that Walter could give, hand out. Mm. So I thought the whole crowd was into it. It was it was good. I enjoyed it. Even Toxic Attraction was good.
Oh yeah, they had a tag title match, right?
Yeah, Gigi Dolan and Jaden Jane against Indy Hartwell and
Oh, what is that lady's name? Starts with a
What's
V,
her
right?
partner? Yeah,
Or
Persia
P, or
Picado, something like that.
Persia.
Persia.
Persia. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. She's a big girl too. She looks like she can fuck somebody up. I thought that was a pretty decent match. It was okay. Um, all the in-ring stuff was very good. A lot better than I've been watching on Dynamite, I gotta say. But it was some good in-ring stuff. Some of the storylines you're like, why? I'm like, really?
Did you see the little clip of that Nikita lady? Her
Yeah, I saw Chick from WoW.
Yeah, see, I didn't.
Yeah,
I saw the clip, and I was like, that reminds me of that girl from WoW who did the
yeah, it's her.
boxing, and then
Yeah,
I
it's
looked
her.
it up, and it was her. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
it's that chick. Yeah.
yeah. So it's her. So that should be interesting. Now, WWE decided to get rid of 205 Live, and in its place is called NXT Level Up. It's
Level up.
supposed to be for up and coming youngsters, so we'll see how that works. I saw the set. It was, I think, the first episode. It's actually filmed right before Vengeance went live.
Mm.
So the set looked like something out of Sesame Street. So we'll see what that's about.
Yeah.
I'm not holding my breath. You know, it's supposed to air Fridays on the Peacock, so we'll see what that's about again. But the NXT, I was into it. I was like, okay, I didn't think I was going to be into it. I was even into the Dolph Ziggler Tommaso Ciampa storyline. I'm like, okay, it's all right. You know, I like Electra Lopez. She's hot.
Mm.
You should keep focusing on her. She's good. You got to keep Legado del Fantasma in the ring because they're an awesome tag team. I don't like them interfering in matches because I think they're better in the ring. As much as I'm not a big MSK fan, they're okay. But I think, but they have amazing matches with Legado del Fantasma because everybody wants that style of matches these days, and those guys can give it to you.
I object that I do not want those style of matches,
I
but
understand that, Pedro. I don't either, but a lot of the crowd wants that match. And you got to give it to them. Unfortunately, you have to,
boo.
especially if you're up against AEW.
Fuck AEW.
I know. But they do an AEW match at times is better than an AEW match.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, James, it's not hard to do better wrestling than AEW.
no, it's not. No, it's not. And that's evident in that horrendous no disqualification match between Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez. But we'll get into that later on. Because let's see, you got two women who can actually wrestle, actually put on a clinic, and no, that's not showing wrestling. That's just showing beat the shit out of each other and botch everything in the process. But that's for later on.
Hey, no, you know what? You brought it up. Why don't? Oh, should we wait for Zeus? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's wait for Zeus.
Because the thing I was gonna say was I don't understand. Just a week before, they had a no DQ street fight thing or something like that, and then they have this match just a week later, and I saw a few AEW fans saying, "I think we're having too many of these matches, like back to back." And I think that is a thing. Why are they having these gimmick matches?
Adam Page and Lance Archer.
Week?
Adam Page and Lance Archer. Free TV. Adam Page kills himself for free.
And that was a shit show from everything I saw.
I had us moments I was watching, but I'm like, why? It was unnecessary. If you ask me, it was unnecessary.
That buckshot lariat spot with the referee having to wait forever bent over so they can do this fucking spot. I was like, hey, everyone involved in this, fuck you. That was my reaction to that bullshit.
Yeah, it wasn't the best look. It just wasn't, it just wasn't. But NXT has always been known for better wrestling in ring, and they actually showed it this week. So I was impressed with that, and it's a shame because it's not like AEW doesn't have the performance to put on those kind of matches. Because you can have Bryan Danielson in the ring and just let him do his thing. You know, there are a lot of people who can go in AEW, but the way they're booked, I don't, I don't know if they're just trying to pop a rating.
They don't know what they're doing.
I don't know with all these gimmick matches and all these shit matches. I don't know. Like,
James,
are they trying to do the reverse where on TV you get the gimmick matches and in the pay per view you get an actual
they get
wrestling
the
match?
straight matches.
Yeah, I mean, what is that the new gimmick for 2022?
I think you have wishful thinking at the moment. You're like maybe they'll save the good wrestling matches for the pay per view.
I'm saying.
You mentioned Bryan Danielson. I find it funny that like he comes in as a face, right?
Mm-hmm.
He comes into AEW as a face, and he immediately is put up against Omega. They have that 30-minute draw, and I'm not crazy about that match, but whatever, that's me. It was an Omega style match, and it was more about just spot spamming stuff for 30 minutes. But they have that match, and then Danielson has these matches against random people for a while, and then they just suddenly turn him heel so he can go up against Page. Like,
Which I thought was stupid. I thought it'd be better to be a face versus face match. But go ahead.
well, yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the thing about how just kind of they don't know what they're doing. Even with someone like Daniel Bryan, they don't know what they're
Right.
doing.
I
They
agree.
bring him in as a face. They set him up versus Omega, and then after they have this 30-minute draw, they just have him wandering around with these matches, just random matches. They're like, "Oh, it's amazing!" Him and Suzuki had a Suzuki style match, like that Suzuki would have against anyone. They have a Suzuki style match. It's 5 stars. You're like, okay, fuck off. And then they're like, "Oh, Page is the champ now. Well, we'll just turn him heel out of the blue. Just turn Daniel Bryan heel." So now he's heel. He goes through the dark odor. He goes through them all, and then they have that match, which you and I both really enjoyed. That 1 hour draw.
Yeah.
It's one of the handful of matches at AEW that's actually legitimately a good match.
Yes.
Because they don't have many legitimately good matches. So it's one of the handful of legitimately good matches they have. And so they have this match. We're like, oh, that's awesome. And then they're like, oh, let's the rematch. Let's do a no DQ bullshit. So then they do that. And then now he's doing some weird thing with Moxley where it's like, oh, I guess they're trying to say he's scared to face Moxley. So he wants to team with Moxley. And Moxley's like, hey, yeah, you want a team, but we should spill blood first before we blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I mean, when I break these things down like this, to me, it's just a bunch of bullshit, nothing.
Well, in all fairness, Pedro, I totally agree with you. I totally agree. But in all fairness, you got to look at who we're talking about here. Tony Khan and AEW. So you can't expect the level of booking that you and I and Zeus and other people are used to. Unfortunately, we have to dumb it down because that's what they do. So I think they're doing what they think is their best with Moxley and fucking Daniels. Now, you and I and Zeus could probably book the shit out of this.
I don't know about that, but
I think we can. I could book that whole Revolution pay-per-view and it'd be a success. But the way they're doing it, okay.
You would have to give me a specific division. Like if you said, Pedro, here is the women's division. Do something with it. Okay, I could focus on that, but focus on an entire promotion. I'd be like, no, I don't want to mess with that. I'd be like, no.
Well, hey, Cody was doing it. Well, well, he was, and not anymore. But I believe that they believe that they're doing their best to try to simplify it. You know, they're trying to dumb it down. I get it. It's AEW, so I don't. So again, I am not expecting highbrow. I'm like, okay, it is what it is, and that's how I look at AEW. It is what it is. Look at their fan base. They're cult like idiots, and you're like, okay. So I could understand actually where they're going with it. Now, how they get there, if it was me if this is the route that you're going to take, then do it right. Have them face off at the Revolution pay per view. Have them beat the shit out of each other. It's irrelevant who goes over because at the end of the match, you have some team come in, beat the shit out of them, forcing them to unwillingly tag up against this team to beat them up right there on the spot. And you can create a tension where they were forced to tag, but they still want to face each other. You can get into an emotional storyline there if they choose to go that route. That would be the way to do it. And then you can incorporate other people into that. But I don't see long-term booking with AEW at all. So I don't know how it's going to play out,
James, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you telling me just having stuff randomly happen over 1 to 2 years, like with like giant spaces of time between these events happening, isn't long-term booking? You know how they're always like long-term booking, like
Yeah,
the thing with the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks.
yeah.
They're like, it's long-term booking. Oh yeah, man. And it's like they have things happen with like giant gaps of time between each other, and they're like, oh yeah, it's long-term booking.
I personally think that AEW has too many shows on TV. One, two, they have to justify for hiring all that talent, so they put another show on TV. I think you could get rid of a third of that roster. A third, just slice it right off. And you could concentrate on what you have and really do something with it because the talent pool they have there is good. It's the way they're being booked. You could, Pedro, you could do something with Moxley. You could do something with Danielson. As much as we don't like Omega, you could do something with Omega, with Cole, with Page, etc., 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 with Punk, MJF. You can do something with these people. You can.
Well, I mean, they are doing something with these people, and it's something terrible.
Right, because it's the booking. If they were properly booked, then you can really pull some good stuff out of these people because it's already been done with them. They've already had compelling storylines and matches in other places in both WWE and in Ring of Honor and even in New Japan. So it can be done.
I feel like so one thing you said is okay, they need to stop signing people. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what are you talking about? But they have so many people.
Yeah.
They have so many people.
It becomes watered down after a while.
And so many, they sign people and then they just throw them on the YouTube shows.
Yeah.
And the YouTube shows are just doing squash matches. And then they're like, oh yeah, well, they're the AEW, the hardcore AEW fans are like, oh yeah, but they've been getting wins on this. They've been heating them up on the YouTube shows, and it's like the YouTube shows do not exist for your general audience.
No, they do not.
Okay, they don't exist. Like whatever happens in there doesn't exist. You remember I got pissed off last year that Hikaru Shida had that year-long title reign where she was barely on TV the entire title reign.
Right.
She's barely on TV, and then they're like, "Oh, here's a 1 year anniversary special," and now then a few days later you lose to Britt Baker, and now you're off to YouTube for months for like I don't know, more than half a year. She was stuck on YouTube, and on the YouTube shows they had her do like a heel turn. But then when she reappeared on AEW television, or she actually reappeared on pay-per-view before she appeared on the television,
That's always smart.
she was back to the Hikaru Shida she was before she went to YouTube hell, right?
So it's basically those YouTube matches never existed.
Well, so why do the whole the heel turn and stuff on the YouTube shows? Why did they go through that whole exercise? They were just like, well, we're just working things out on the YouTube show. I don't know. It just I hate this company. I hate AEW.
Well, I'll be at the pay-per-view in 2 weeks, so let's see.
I hate their fans. I hate them. They is garbage. I've never seen such shit wrestling, like overrated and hyped so much.
It's overrated, most definitely, and it's overhyped. I totally agree.
I feel like these people years from now are going to rewatch and be like, I hope I didn't go too far into promoting this stuff. And then they look at their old post, they'll be like, oh God, oh God, oh God, I went all in. Oh shit.
Every week it's a 5-star match here, 5-star match there. Jay Cargill's the best that ever did it. I mean, come on, man, stop.
Oh God, that Jay Cargill Aqua thing. Holy shit. That was amazing, just from like you were talking about Jaws the Revenge. That's like a Jaws the Revenge kind of compelling because it's so bad.
Yeah, you can't keep your eyes off it.
It's such a car wreck. You're like, oh my God, wow.
I equate Jay Cargill to a brand new TV.
Wait, look, it's Zeus. He's the Dean's List.
What's up?
Hey, Zeus, you on the Dean's List?
That's right.
Look at you, Dean's List Award. Good job. 4.0. Look at you, you smart bastard. Good for you.
Way to go.
That's awesome, Zeus, man. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Good job.
We are finally joined by the God of Thunder, Zeus King Dark.
The Rhodes Scholar, if you will.
Rhodes Scholar.
Rogue Scholar.
That's awesome work, buddy. Good job, man. Seriously, good job. Zeus?
Oh.
Use that bucket. I won the Dean's List. I don't need you guys.
Oh, wait. I heard him. Zeus?
Yo.
Oh, okay. Yo. MOM raps. No. We're just we're just bitching about AEW, sort of.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's that's their thing. They can go have it, and I mean, it's just it's craptacular.
Well, but we're just gonna get into how AEW has 2 really good women wrestlers who can really put on a show in ring and know what they're doing, and Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez. You could have them put on a 20-minute Mad Classic for the rest of the women to ooh and ah about. But what do you have them do instead? You have them in this no DQ weapons match where nothing but botches. Thunder Rosa's having a fight with a table and she lost twice. It's all the spots didn't look good, and especially like with a veteran like Mercedes Martinez, she's got to call an audible there. If that spot's not working, or it's not going to work, don't go back to it. Just move forward, do something else. Improvise. It was a clusterfuck of a match. I was so disappointed because if you let them wrestle, they will put on the show.
That Fisherman Buster spot on the table, I was legit laughing at that for a long time because
she was having a steel cage match with the table first, and the table won twice. She couldn't open the table. I'm like, what are you doing? And then she grabs another table, couldn't get that one open. And then she forgot. Which table was the gimmick table.
And when they go sliding down, that's hilarious enough. Just that they do this move and they go sliding down, but
I was
then
like, safe.
the expression on Thunder Rosa's face is hilarious because it goes from like they're sliding, like what the hell, to like I gotta sell. Like you see, like in an instant, you see her go from what is happening to shit, I gotta sell, and then she's like, oh.
So this is what I'm talking about. Where see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Where they have the talent, but they are poorly booked. Hence the show does not come off as good, and and the people like us don't want to watch it. It's because it's frustrating. It's because you have people that can actually wrestle and that can actually put on a 20-minute classic for you, and you have them book them like that and have them do spots like that instead.
Well,
all the Papa reading.
I have said,
and
before,
apparently this week nobody watched, so there you go.
I have said before that I don't want my favorites to go to AEW. And because it's like watching your favorites go and become this lesser version of themselves. And you mentioned Thunder Rosa. And I want nothing but good things for Thunder Rosa because
all of us do, yeah.
We all love Thunder Rosa. But
that's right.
I have not seen anything good from her in AEW. Not a fucking thing. Everything she's been involved with has just been shit. And I know it's because the people she's working with. Right. I know. I understand this, but it's like I can't. To me, it's more an example to be like, this is why I don't want my favorites to go to this fucking place because they just get dragged into the shit.
Right? Because what did we get to see her do in the NWA?
Yeah.
She started to, she got some good promos. She got a little story stuff in, and she worked her butt off in the ring, which she's great at.
Yeah.
Look at those.
And matches. She was over.
Yeah,
well, she's still over, but I mean,
yeah, she is still over. Look at those matches with Allison Kay that she had.
Yeah.
Which none of us cared for Sienna / Allison Kay. Like her work, I can't think of anything good I can say before those matches. But then look at those matches. You're like, whoa, that's Thunder Rosa.
Yeah. And they waste her and Mercedes Martinez, who can go in a shit like this. I find it disappointing,
This is the build up to her versus Britt again, right?
But at the pay-per-view of Evolution, yeah.
You'll likely get to see her win the title. So
the other day I saw someone tweet out. They said, if we ever get to see Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker, Tony Khan needs to make a big deal out of this, huge first ever matchup. And I'm like, what?
What? They had that shitty match that everyone celebrated last year.
I mean, they wrestled twice. In high profile matchups. I'm like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean first ever?
This is why the AEW fans are idiots. Has no offense, Lord Lux, but they are.
It's like you're forgetting your own history. What the hell?
Yeah. They have so much potential to do so much, but they dumb everything down. And it's ridiculous, I get to saw somebody get put. I actually seen somebody get put through a table. Oh, there was an awesome match. No, the match sucked. You got somebody to put through a table. That's it. That's it.
But they've been doing so much of that. It's like,
that whole Adam Page match with him and Lance Archer was unnecessary.
Well, but what we were saying before we went on the air, James. So the week before this Thunder Rosa Mercedes gimmick match, they had that gimmick match with Page and Lance Archer, and it's like you can't do these things back to back. You gotta have space, but everything builds to.
It's Crash TV, Pedro.
And
it didn't happen.
Paige
didn't
and
happen last
Archer.
week.
Paige and Archer. Their first title match is this gimmick match. Like, what is this? I mean, I know that it's AEW, but like, seriously, why are all their title matches gimmick matches?
Now we get to see Punk and MJF at the pay-per-view in a dog collar match.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me say this right now. I have a funny feeling the Valentine Piper it won't be.
Zeus, do you remember the dog collar match between Cody and Brody Lee?
Oh, yes, that was bad.
Oh yeah, that was horrendous.
God.
Oh, I hope they have Valentine in the crowd again. I hope they cut to him looking all bored like they did in that one.
He's probably going to be like Tyson. He'll probably fall asleep.
That'd be awesome. James, did you see MJF Punk, their over 40-minute match?
Yeah, I saw that. That was not good TV. I mean, the match was what it was, but that shouldn't have been. I can see Daniel Bryan going 40 minutes. I can't see Punk and no, MJF. MJF is best on the mic. That's it. That's it. That's it. There's leave him on the stick.
Even that mid.
Yeah, I was waiting for Zeus to say something.
It's just the most basic bullshit fucking, just, worst fucking third grade insults I've ever heard in my life.
I think, but
you're ugly.
As I was saying before, Zeus, as I was saying before you got on the air, Zeus, I think AEW does that on purpose. I think they dumb it down for their audience.
But listen, they talk about the behavior of their fans, but how many of them are MJF fans that love that crap, that they love that he says the crap that they feel like they can't say, but then they get out there and then they say it and it's like everybody's like, oh, you're an asshole. It's like, no shit, look at your fucking king asshole here. He's the worst fucking he's the worst example of it all right there.
I've hated this Punk MJF feud. Let me just say this. I've hated it.
I prefer this than Punk Darby Allin.
Yeah, but I mean I don't like either one. It's been a bunch of promos of two guys being like I don't know, just like saying basically like yeah, I'm good, you suck, or I'm good, you suck, but or whatever.
It's sophomore, it's schoolyard. That's what it is.
And people being like, these are amazing promos. And I'm like, fuck all of you. Fuck you all.
That's the best promo in the history of promos. Don't you know that, Pedro? Come on.
I mean, Punk has been he's ultimately been so underwhelming in this return. I wish he never came back, to be honest. Because it's just, I feel like his star has gone like he's just anyone now. I mean, do you really want to see Punk with the title?
No, that's not going to happen anyway. No, that's not going to happen.
I mean, isn't that crazy? We're saying that about CM Punk.
See, I got to remind you guys, I really missed the vast majority of his career.
Right.
I was getting out of it, as he was coming in. I vaguely remember some of that straight edge stuff. And I vaguely remember the girl shaving her head or whatever.
Serena Deeb,
yeah. Oh, Serena Deeb.
Oh, is that her? Okay.
Yeah.
So she's in AEW and they're not addressing that at all. They haven't addressed that at all.
No.
Not a promo, not a vignette, not a story, nothing.
Nothing. As if it didn't happen.
What a waste.
Exactly. Zeus, that's what I'm talking about. They dumb everything down.
She said in a podcast interview or something that she wants to do something with Punk to.
Yeah, I mean, you got to build a storyline right there.
But I mean, but even if you don't do anything with it, you should at least acknowledge it. At least tease something. At
They
least
could
They
pass.
have no problem. They have no problem bringing up Bullet Club and New Japan stuff all the time. So
I
how come
mean,
they can't do that?
they could tease it like they could pass by each other in the backstage or something
Yeah.
like
exactly
that.
just a little something. Just a hey, how's it going? Yeah, it's
Or like have Punk just give a look at her hair and then just keep walking.
something, anything.
By the way, I don't have anything against Serena Deeb, but I want to shit on this whole narrative I see people do that she's like female Bret Hart.
Oh no.
So like she's good if you were like talking about the Divas era of women. So if you're saying that she's like good for that era of women, I can sign off on that. But if you're saying she's like you're saying she's the best women's wrestler in the world currently, if you're saying, all this kind of stuff, I don't know. She's just not anywhere approaching that level. I mean, she's not even like in the Sasha Bailey discussion. She's like nowhere in that kind of level. So
I still say heel Bailey is the best.
Much less like Joshi Puroresu level. So it's just like people need to come back to reality. Like, just let her be Divas level good. Like,
boy, man, this Jaws of Revenge is like watching a Jade Cargill match. Brutal.
Is that still on? Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
So I looked it up. It is Deep Blue Nightmare. You have to watch Deep Blue Nightmare.
Deep Blue Nightmare is on my Bad Shark movie list.
Yeah, and it seems like he's like the same character from the other crappy shark movie he was in. Didn't we all watch that one?
Yeah, we did.
Was that Megalodon?
Yeah, no, it was the other one with Megalodon in it, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at his.
Yeah, it was Megalodon with something. I don't remember the exact title. There's so many shark movies. Although I feel that if I'm going to watch another shark movie, I got to give a rewind to Trailer Park Shark. That was awesome.
I think I watched that again, and it was still insanely bad.
Yeah, that flick is no joke, man.
The first thing that popped in my head was when the girl's being electrocuted and she's like she's dancing.
She's popping, locking. She was Beach Street on top of a trailer. Oh man. But NXT was good. The Dynamite was, it was what it was. You got Eliminator Chamber starts in 15 minutes, which I have no interest in. Oh, Cody Rhodes might pop out of the chamber. Cody Rhodes is not in the Middle East right now. I can tell you that.
Okay. Cody Rhodes pops up. He's like, I ended racism.
No, I ended racism.
I will bring, I don't know what, to the Middle East.
But then Vince McMahon will have him job to a returning Bad News Brown. So there you go.
Bad News Brown's like a hologram of him?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it was Vince McMahon. This is the long lost son, uncle, brother, mother's, cousin's, father's, sister's, some bullshit.
So they don't even have Megalodon listed on Michael Madsen's filmography from.
Nice. It was that bad. It was like, nah, okay, we're good.
I can't find this Deep Blue Nightmare. I keep getting redirected to something called Shark Season.
It's Deep Blue Nightmare. I just watched it last night.
Oh man. Like I tried watching some new I even tried watching some New Japan just to balance stuff out. I just can't get over the fans anymore. Like I'm so over them sitting on their hands, not being allowed to, like yell and scream in a match. Or I'm like, okay, I'm over this.
It's also called Shark Season. Apparently, it was made by Lifetime.
Oh, okay, Shark Season.
It's a Lifetime movie.
Yes.
Holy shit! We do got to see this.
A Lifetime shark movie with Michael Madsen. That is the best right there.
Yeah.
Also, did that New Japan show happen?
Which one?
No, the one that well, yeah, no, happens tonight or tomorrow, right?
Let me see.
Didn't Angie just go to one? Didn't she just go to one?
That was New Japan Strong, yeah.
Let's see. New Year's Golden Series. That was today. So yeah, they have it up both in Japanese and English. So it is up for watching.
That's the one where Naito's fighting Okada? No, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is? Okay. All right. So that one's actually up?
Yeah.
All right, so I might give that a watch today.
Yeah.
But I'm over the fans already with the, can't yell, can't scream bullshit.
Well, but they got, James, I'm going to say this though. So I know this because everyone knows I follow the Joshi stuff so closely. The COVID is just going nuts there. Okay?
Yeah, I know. That's another thing too. Yeah,
it is like the Joshi scene is being like just wiped out in terms of people who can do shows because just any big name you can think of is like turning up with this thing. It hasn't hit stardom as far as we know. They keep saying people are, what they keep saying, Zeus? There's this phrase they keep using for people in stardom who can't make shows. There's some, you and I talked about it once, some phrase they use.
Oh.
Like they're unwell or something like that.
Yeah. Something unavailable or.
Yeah. They keep using these weird things, but like Tokyo Joshi Pro, they're champs. They're top 2 singles champs, both out with COVID now. And these two were supposed to be going to the United States here in a few weeks for some indie show. And they're now out with COVID. It's just going crazy like there. So I can understand them still being like no yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
But yet they're still planning on reopening stuff in March. So I don't know.
Well, I know New Japan's supposed to be in Tampa in March. It's around the same time as the Revolution pay-per-view. Now, I don't know if this is the New Japan Strong tour or if this is guys from actual New Japan showing up.
I'm sure it's probably just Strong.
Yeah, it's got to be, because if the COVID's that running rampant over there, then, which in a way,
it's probably, that's probably the thing is probably why a lot of these guys have been, kind of sent to America. It's like you go there, you stay out of it for a while till we get all this.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess was tonight maybe tonight was not the Okada. Today was not the Okada.
No.
Naito match. I don't know.
Well, I just don't want Okada to show up at Revolution pay-per-view. As much as I would love to see Okada, I don't want to see Okada in AEW.
I just don't think that. I don't think they're going to send him out of the country right now.
No, I hope he stays in Japan.
Yeah, that'd be safer. It seems.
Yeah, so that means it's got to be the New Japan Strong group. That's
don't send anyone to the southern United States at the moment.
No. Give him the fuck out of Florida.
Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine WrestleMania weekend in Texas?
Oh, that's going to be ridiculous.
WrestleMania weekend in Texas. Because we know the wrestlers often they'll just be whatever because they just want to do stuff. They're tired of restrictions and this and that. So imagine them in Texas where it's like the Wild West here in terms of a lot of that kind of stuff.
Everybody be hanging in store. Everybody be hanging in Shawn Michaels' house, Steve Austin's house, Undertaker's crib.
Oh man.
So yeah, apparently Undertaker's going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, it's supposed to be good, And then the
Hopefully
Blood
they'll-
Money pay-per-view starts in 10 minutes.
Hopefully they don't make him limp out to the ring one last time.
Yeah.
Supposedly that's supposed to happen between him and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why.
See, and now it's going to be the next month and a half of listening to people trying to tell me that the Undertaker is the greatest of all time. Jesus Christ.
James, I thought you were starting to sing that Pet Shop Boys song. I don't know how. I
I
don't know why.
Yeah.
Thought I loved you, but I'm not sure now.
I don't. Undertaker and Shawn Michaels had two of the most iconic WrestleMania matches ever. Okay, leave it at that. You cemented your legacy
Well, I think
down in the history books.
I think they pooped on their on their legacy plenty with that Saudi Arabia tag match where
That was horrible. Oh,
they just continually hurt themselves so bad.
Yeah.
Triple H got hurt. Shawn Michaels got hurt. The fucking Kane lost his mask and his wig. Motherfucking Undertaker was limping around the ring. Botch spots everywhere.
Oh my goodness. Well, but like you said, Elimination Chamber happening miles from the Elimination Chamber. Coming up.
Blood pay-per-view 2022.
Oh, we need like an old school ECW Paul Heyman promo for this pay-per-view, like blood money.
All of a sudden, Ted Turner gets wheeled out.
Oh no, Ted Turner. No. What's what, James? You want the corpse of Bad News Brown, and now the corpse of Ted.
I
Ted
see.
Turner.
That's how much to me. That's how much Vince's man has lost his grip on the reality of wrestling. I mean, I know that's an oxymoron, those two words together, but it's just. I mean, the things that he's doing. I mean, no, stop. He's turned Raw into one of the most unwatchable programs in the history of wrestling.
James, he's never had his grips on the reality of wrestling.
SmackDown is barely better. He destroyed NXT, and now we got the new NXT level up for up and comers. I am becoming disenchanted with wrestling again. I've told you, and I've said since the beginning of the show. Since my heart attack, since I got home from the hospital, I've lost interest in watching wrestling. There's nothing that's gripping about it now. Nothing.
Yeah, because we just constantly get let down.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's on a hamster wheel right now. It's all in the dumps. It's just bad after bad after bad. And the only reason I'm watching AEW is because I'm going to Revolution.
Pobrecito.
And it's like, I mean, yeah, it's great to see Keith Lee, Adam Cole, Danny Bryan, stuff like that. Yeah, that'll be good to see those guys. But,
Adam Cole, dad bod, baby.
Yeah, dad bod, baby. But, I can see Thunder Rosa.
I can't not think of that. The Photoshop of him holding
the giant belt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then the other one where it looks like Britt Baker's holding him like a baby.
Yeah.
AEW, the only place where you can lose a match and still be number one contender the very next week.
No, that's not true, James. You know that. That's been the last 20 years.
Yeah, I know, but it's just they just reinforce it. It's an unsanctioned match. This will have repercussions throughout the championship picture. If it's unsanctioned, how is it going to have repercussions through your championship picture? Explain that to me.
All right.
I can't. And then Adam Cole loses to Orange Cassidy. Mania's the number one contender. That is awesome. Yeah, I know it's been happening for the past 20 years. It's just highlighted on AEW.
Well, hey, before we run out of time, because I know we have less time than.
Do you go for an extra 15? I'm good. I'm good to 12:30. Come on, fuck it. Let's keep it rolling.
Well, okay, James, but still, I think we should talk about something because this has been a huge story this week. Cody Rhodes is no longer with AEW.
All my stars and garters.
So,
the first company he talks to, is apparently WWE.
So we've all probably read a bunch of stuff about this. So go into it. Like, what are your thoughts? What have you heard, etc.?
Well, I'll say this. I've read a lot about it. You don't really know what truly is going on behind the scenes, et cetera, et cetera. But apparently his booking power was going to get taken away. Apparently his contract was rolling over. He was contracted to roll over for another 2 years. Actually, Tony Khan actually wanted to make an amendment to that contract. He wanted to take away the booking, he wanted to take away this, add that, subtract this. And actually Rhodes is doing a lot more outside of AEW. He's got the game show, he's got this show, that show. And apparently it just wasn't melding right. So he wanted more of a behind the scenes, and Khan was like, no. And then I don't have to renew the rollover, and it's just right. He didn't have to. So I guess him talking to WWE was a negotiating point, and I guess it got to the point where it became more than negotiations. Like, okay, I'm gonna talk to WWE. Go ahead. And then he really did talk to WWE. Now, word has it that Vince McMahon wants to push him to the moon. Why? I don't know. I mean, just to jog Rhodes out, because that's eventually what's going to happen. I mean, he already told you he has no interest in pushing Finn Balor. He has no interest in pushing Ricochet. These are bona fide talents.
But no. But you got to remember, he's the son of Dusty Rhodes.
And he buried him when he was there the first time.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that's the huge difference between
he's the son of Dusty Rhodes. So
Finn Balor and Ricochet, and let's face it, unless you are heavily directing Ricochet's promos, he just doesn't have a great personality to be in front of a camera.
No, actually, he needs a Paul Heyman.
He's a nice guy. And he just doesn't. He wants to get in there and wrestle. He just doesn't have a strong identity about him.
He just wants a thumbs up about his match.
Really? Brutal.
Oh, but but like we were saying, the thing with Cody is, I mean, Vince could see him now and say, hey, wow, he's really over now, like he is. And, I don't know, I don't know if anything's true. I don't know what to believe when it comes to, what Vince McMahon thinks and feels. And,
Well, the problem is, Zeus, that the problem is that Cody Rhodes is over at Cody, and Vince McMahon is not interested in Cody. He wants to morph Cody into something else. He's always tried to morph him into something else.
I mean, like I said, I mean, who knows? We'll just have to see, what happens.
I think Cody Rhodes. I personally believe that AEW outgrew Cody Rhodes.
Well,
no, I don't think so.
I don't think Cody Rhodes is not getting Daniel Bryan and CM Punk money. He's not.
I mean, that's one of the talking points that's been going on this week, is that he wanted money equal to them, but
he's not getting that.
I think something that needs to be said is that Cody has always felt separate from the rest of AEW. Like, there's a reason that the phrase the Codyverse has existed the last 2 years. because what he does seems so separate from the rest of AEW. Does that make sense? So like
Somewhat.
he's
Yeah.
never really felt as integrated as everyone else. Like when he does stuff, it always feels kind of slightly like his own little mini promotion about himself. And then there's the rest of AEW.
Yeah.
The shark eats the guy. The guy all of a sudden materializes from the shark's mouth. He gets back on the boat and he's not even wet. Good job.
What? Hey, speaking about this Cody thing, I see people are talking about some interview that Kenny Omega had with Fellatio Meltzer, and he says the news of Cody leaving took him by surprise. He doesn't believe it was an issue of money. He speculates that maybe in the end, all the EVPs had different visions for what AEW would turn into. And while him and the Young Bucks had very similar visions, Cody's was much different. Says his professional relationship with Cody was great, but they weren't the types to catch up over a Pepsi. He can only guess why Cody left, but Kenny says he obviously wants to explore other options, whether it's in or outside of wrestling. Says perhaps AEW as it is today isn't what Cody thought it would be when it began. Reiterates it's Tony's show, and while there is obviously a level of input from talent, at the end of the day, it's up to Tony.
Yeah.
I don't know if that adds to anything.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about sharing anything over Pepsi with anybody, because anybody shares a Pepsi with somebody, that's their own issues, you know? But I'm like, I mean, he does have a point, you know? I'm sure Cody didn't envision this, you know? Because
Well, we don't know what he envisioned, to be honest, right?
True. But I can tell you, AEW, the very first pay-per-view is definitely not the same show we're watching now. It's not.
Yeah, because there's nobody in penises outfits right now.
Right. Brutal. It's just, you know, I don't know what Vince is going to do with Cody, you know. Again, I don't know if he's interested in Cody, because he's always tried to change him, you know. He always tried to saddle him with some fucking ridiculous gimmick. You know, if it's not Stardust, it was the mustache. If it's not the mustache, he was part of that trilogy. You know, I don't know. I just don't know if Vince McMahon's interested in Cody being Cody Rhodes. And let's not forget Brandy.
Yeah, see, that's my fear. Are they coming in as a package deal?
No, supposedly not. Supposedly not, but who knows?
I mean, does anyone want to see Brandy? Like,
Brandy fans do. I don't think WWE fans will. I think there's a lot of WWE fans that will, you know, that will welcome him back. But
yeah, bring back Eden Styles. Yeah.
I don't think many people care for her outside of that.
Well, like all the stuff that I read, she's trying to get back into the ring on a full-time basis.
Yeah, that's a dumb idea.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
I am with you there, Zeus. Yeah.
No, sir. No, sir.
Apparently, she's been training somewhere, and yeah.
You know, you either have it or you don't, and you can either get by on some things like, you know, like looks and whatever. But I mean, you know, she wasn't a good physical valet. I mean,
to what Zeus is saying, you may remember when Lana was still in the WWE. So Lana put a ton of effort into what she was doing. Okay, whether people liked what she was doing or not, she was putting a lot of effort, but she was never good, right?
Never.
We used to say she put a lot of effort into it. She was trying really hard, but she was
good. And she was really good at being annoying.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
On and off camera.
but on camera, I mean, she's really good at being annoying. I mean, she's, it's like Carmella too. Carmella not great in the ring, but I mean, man, she really, she pushed.
But I can live with Carmella because she actually showed signs of improvement, although not great. She actually showed signs of improvement, so I can live with that.
Yeah, Carmella. When she first got that heel run, she was trying really hard. Even though it wasn't good, but she was trying. The whole thing with that face mask thing is creepy to me. But that
was really weird.
And I don't like the whole thing with her and Corey Graves. It's a little weird to me.
Yeah.
Hey man, to each his own. I don't know why WWE doesn't tap into that. That's a built-in storyline waiting to happen.
Aren't they going to have like a reality show or something?
Oh, really?
I
no.
thought so. I thought they were going to do something like that with those two.
Total Divas, the tattooed version? No.
James, do you remember when Carmella was in NXT and she was like the fun-loving whatever with Enzo and
Cass? Yeah.
She's so far removed from that now.
Oh, far from that. Oh, Lord. Oh. What was her stick? What was the thing, Pedro? Because I'm a certified G. I'm a bona fide thug. Can't teach that. I'm 7 feet tall. You can't teach that.
I just remember how the music went.
Yeah, how Carmella. Yeah, I'm a princess. I don't know what she used to say. And you can't teach that, or I don't know what the hell.
Yeah.
This is Carmella, and I'm a whore, and you can't teach that.
Oh my God.
Damn.
So, wait a minute. Speaking of horse, we actually got Lita in a match today.
Oh my God. El Dandy's horse. I'm sorry.
Rolling back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. She's actually going to fight Becky Lynch in Elimination Chamber today.
That's crazy.
What? Those Saudis love their old school wrestlers, don't they?
Yeah. They love Goldberg for some reason.
They love Goldberg.
And they just love nostalgia acts.
Yeah, I'm like the whole Goldberg thing it's so mind-boggling, It's like they don't want Sami Zayn.
No, hold on, he's barred.
Saudi Arabia.
Right, he's barred.
Right. He's not allowed in Saudi Arabia. But the Jewish indestructible monster is
makes no sense, Zeus. Makes no sense.
And and they're going to and they're going.
They're actually cheering the Jew. You know that.
You said that.
Oh my God.
You said that.
It's true. It's true, though. It's true.
But it's like all the when we heard about the request list, for all of the the people that they wanted,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, they wanted all these people they didn't realize were dead.
Do they not watch Raw or SmackDown? No, it boggles me. No, it just boggles me because, like you say, they have disdain for Sami Zayn, but Goldberg, they'll root for. And that's like, wow, it makes you think,
Things that make you go,
Now, I'm just curious of what Lita's going to wear because, they're not allowed to show skin in Saudi.
Yeah. I just hope.
So she's going to wear a painted on thon?
I'm sure she's probably going to wear one of those bodysuits like they had all the rest of the girls wear that wrestle.
Yeah. You have to, right? Yeah.
I am not a fan of Lita. I never was back in the day, but
I like Lita. She's okay.
I hope she does not get injured because
I hope so too.
She's always on the edge of killing herself when she tries a shitty moonsault. So I hope.
It's. I mean, every time I see it, it's just
it's scary. It's scary.
It's like she's
like how many neck surgeries do you need?
It's like she's always like an inch or so away of being.
Every day she looks in the mirror, you can still see the scar from her previous neck surgery from doing that. Why would you? Why? I mean, I guess people are hard-headed. Trust me, I get it. I've had 5 heart attacks. I know, but it's like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I know you're this incredible athlete, but
I don't know if she's that incredible an athlete, but
come on, anybody can do a moonsault. It's good in my books. I mean, I've done many a moonsault in my day, busting my ass.
They literally did nothing but teach that to tough enough people for
True.
It's like you completely taking the uniqueness out of this move by teaching it to everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, I think of moonsault. I think of Terry Funk. So where am I at?
Well, I mean, if but when people think of Maven or
oh my God, Zeus, remember Maven?
Oh my God.
That's a name I haven't heard. Oh my God.
Who's that one girl from that same Tough Enough class?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
The white trash curly hair girl hung out with Jamie Nobles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me Google.
Yeah, I forgot her name.
All right. White.
She's a Spanish chick.
Stop. Let me see what comes up here.
Okay.
White trash.
Oh my God.
WWE girl with Jamie Noble.
Oh, okay. I
Nydia.
just found it. Yeah, Nydia.
Mania. There you go. Good job.
Yeah, didn't her and that Jackie something have like one of the worst matches of all time? Jackie, what was her name? Gata or something like that?
Yeah, Gata.
Yeah.
Didn't Maven get hooked on pills?
Man, I don't know. Maven.
Yeah.
Oh, could be.
Yeah.
He got hooked on painkillers or something?
Hey, I mean,
stupid name. Maven.
I can believe it. I
mean, Raven was in the group.
Yeah.
He was working for the same, company.
Yep.
Let's see. Retired in 2016.
Maven.
Let's see. While we have just a little bit of time, it's funny because we have this person on our graphic, but I knew we were not really going to talk about this. But Kairi Hojo is back. She is now back in Stardom, and now she's just simply Kairi. So
I was just about to ask you, what name is she going by?
So she's not Kairi Hojo anymore, and she's not Kairi.
No, it's not Kairi Sane, no.
She's just Kairi in all caps. So I guess we're supposed to yell it like Kairi.
I mean, how she was part of the Black Lotus triad.
We don't yell Tai Chi. It's in all caps.
That's true. We don't go Kenta.
Yeah, Kenta.
Yeah.
Since he used to be in all caps.
Or Sho or Yo.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so she's back. She looks in tremendous shape. Like, looks like she got in the best shape I've ever seen her in her career. And they immediately did multiple angles. There is an angle with her and the Cosmic Angels. So she wants to team with Mayu, kind of 2/3 of the threesome back in the day. The threesome was Io, Kairi, and Mayu. So she wants to team with Mayu against Tam and Unagi, and then she got attacked by Oedo Tai. So she's got multiple angles going on.
That's good. It's good, and we don't know who the new person is.
Yeah, there's a new mystery person being teased now, so we don't know who that's going to be. The rumors it's going to be Saori Ano, but or new. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say her name, but no one's for certain. But that's the rumor. And Saori knows someone who's been with. She's like a freelancer. She's been everywhere. She did some stuff in Stardom back in 2015 and 16. It was mostly tag team stuff, but she's mostly done stuff with Oz Academy and Ice Ribbon and Pure J a bit.
I'm gonna start a hashtag: reform the Lotus Tribe.
Reform the Lotus Tribe. The threesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Lotus chick. She didn't wrestle anymore, did she?
I don't know what happened to her. She disappeared, right?
Jade.
Yeah, she's gone, right?
She had a baby.
Oh.
She had a baby, and I think it seems like she's just into that life now. She's just into being a mom, and
that's cool.
Yeah, so
that's
she
cool.
she wasn't great in the ring, anyways, but she was a good character. It seemed a little bit, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah. She took
serviceable.
Yeah, serviceable. I agree.
I just meant the character stuff, not the in-ring stuff.
No.
Angela Fong.
Yeah, Angela
Fong. Good job. Yeah. So wrestling's been there, you know. I was telling Pedro Zeus, I saw the new Texas Chainsaw. It was okay. It had some unique kills, good kills. But the movie didn't have to be made.
Well, none of these remakes have to be made. I mean,
no, it's a sequel to the exact original. So they go back to the actual characters who were in the first movie and stuff like that. But it's, it's like, yeah, whatever.
That the Matrix reboot just it just bombed.
Yeah, I watched it. And I've been debating if I should watch it again. If I should give it a second go.
I saw a reviewer. He said he watched it twice. He couldn't believe how bad it was both times.
Yeah, I just can't. I'm like, there's no reason for a second viewing.
I mean, it's just like they tried so hard to, not make it, something original and meaningful. It's just like, because what they, part of the underlying problem of the movie is Warner Brothers went to what's her name, Lana Wachowski,
Mm-hmm.
and they told her, they said, we want you to do this movie, and she's like, I don't want to do this movie. And they said, well, we're going to do it with or without you. So she figured she may as well get paid.
Yeah.
And so, that's why part of it's, it's so crappy. I think it was made to be crappy on purpose, in part just so it would kill the franchise, so people wouldn't try to bring it back again. But to me, that just screams that they're going to reboot the entire thing without her, with new characters, with the same premise,
When
it's become Crash TV. It's you go, oh, look what it is, and then you watch it like, yeah, okay, next.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I was surprised how many people still actually like the whole trilogy. And it like the second one was all right, I thought, but it, the second and the third one didn't need to be made because the story just, the story, where, if Neo can read code and he can break the matrix with his, with his thoughts while he's in the matrix, it's like he should have just dissolved it.
Oh, we lost James. Oh no, James is back. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Hello.
Hello. When y'all were saying about watching it, you have to watch it multiple times or whatever. I thought about you ever heard the story about Larry King and the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
No.
Larry King?
Yeah, Larry King. So when they're promoting that movie, they had this quote. You know how they would sometimes have things from reviewers and stuff like such and such says this. You know, it's a thrill ride, and so they had a thing from Larry King. They were like, Larry King says you have to watch it again and again. And Larry King had said in an interview that like he talked about it because he said that they used this quote for him in this deal, but he said the thing that he told them was you have to watch it again and again to understand the movie, to follow it, to be able to follow the movie. So I said it. But anyways,
right.
So yeah, awesome times. Hopefully, we'll have more pleasant things to talk about in the future. Who knows? We should talk about some comics or something.
If I don't get banned.
Get banned.
At this point, I don't give a shit.
Hey, James and Zeus, any of y'all got anything to plug? Anything coming up?
No, just more schoolwork here. So just
Zeus is a Rhodes Scholar.
Yes, he's a Rogue Scholar. Congratulations.
Thank you.
He's a Road Warrior Scholar.
That's right.
What about you, James?
In about a couple of weeks, I'll be at Revolution, AEW pay-per-view here in Orlando. But besides that, I'm healing, trying to get better. I mean, they won't even send me for rehab, so I got to do my own rehab at home, which is brutal. At least I don't get my ass kicked by a whole bunch of elderly people, so that's good.
Let's see. I got an Etsy shop. It's etsy.com/Texan Spaniard Studios. So you can buy things from me if you want to. I had a copyright strike on my Etsy shop this week, so that was fun.
What the hell for?
What?
I did not. This is my own ignorance. Okay, I did not know that One Piece was a Toei animation product or license or whatever. If I had known it was Toei Animation, I would never have done anything One Piece because Toei is they're famous now. The past 2 or 3 years, they're going after everyone, like on Etsy, on YouTube, like everywhere. But I was on Etsy and I just saw lots of people doing One Piece stuff, so that was why I did a One Piece thing because there's lots of people had stuff on there. But yeah. You can't do One Piece stuff because you'll get copyright strike, and then there's punishments come with that. So there are punishments on me for that. But
what did they punish you with?
I'll tell you off the air.
Oh,
yeah. So, but I do have an Etsy shop. There's going to be some new stuff going up on Monday. If you missed it last night, there was the premiere of Doodling Time with Pedro. And you can see stuff at the end, some of the stuff that's going to be on there Monday. And let's see, there's, all the other stuff, Wednesdays, Tom's Weird Life, all that kind of stuff, whatever. There's a bunch of stuff. Just follow our social media.
Tom's existential haunted life.
He's got a rough life.
Tom's is going to be haunted for the rest of his life. Wow, I'm actually sweating. Look at this.
Oh, okay. Well, that means it's time to go. So, amigos, all of y'all take care. We'll see y'all next week, God willing, and adieu.
Peace.